What do you say when something's starting? The grand beginning? The
Um,
grand announcement?
the I really don't know actually. What would you call that?
Yeah. Why do we celebrate finales but not beginnings?
Um, yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, the grand beginning. This is it. This has been in the pipeline for a very long time. It's taken a long time to come to fruition. It started as a thought, it became a dream, it became a vision, and now it's a reality. We're here. We're in the den that's most of the time full of Zen. It's been a little bit hectic lately. Obviously, anytime you have to set anything up, there's a little bit of stress that goes into it, but it's stress with purpose, it's stress with vision, and now that it's all come together, we're super stoked to be here and let you guys kind of in on what we've been up to and what our plans for the future are.
Yeah, welcome to the Zen Den podcast officially. We had this vision. Uh, if we traced it back, it probably started, do you reckon, last year?
Oh, sometimes I don't even know what day it is. Where are we? March? Yeah,
It
yeah.
must have been last
Oh, it has to
year.
be last year. Yeah.
Yeah, so I can't remember, there wasn't like a specific one thing. It kind of just evolved, which I think is so
I think
beautiful.
I can remember the specific
Oh,
one
please
thing.
tell me. Please tell me.
So we were just talking one day. Liz and I had separated. We had like a few months of being apart and having our space, and then we kind of came to the conclusion we do still want to be friends. We have a really tight friendship, and we've always been really close like that. So we were talking and we were talking, and then we kind of got to a spot where we were like, I was helping her out with a lot of her business stuff, just because I had some free time up my hand and I wanted to be supportive. And I started to get really interested in all the different projects she was working on, and we started talking about like how cool would it be like if we could do more of this work. Like this work is really impactful, like helping people like make podcasts and YouTube and like expressing different messages, and especially the more uplifting ones where they help people through like adversity and mental trauma and all that kind of stuff. And we were like, how cool would it be if we could like structure a whole business around this and we could have like heaps of clients and all have like a big community and all this kind of stuff. And it was
A
kind of a bit
family.
kind of a bit more of a pipe dream kind of thing. But then we kind of thought like, well, I've been helping you out a lot. How about like I know it's kind of weird because we used to date, but like, do you want to move back into the house because we're working together so much and we can try to start this kind of business thing together? And then once we kind of came to that conclusion, we're like, well, while we're at it, why don't we like build our own podcast studio?
Yeah.
And we're like, could we do that? Yeah, maybe we could.
I think it's also worth mentioning around this time in the early stages, we were talking about how beautiful our friendship was when we weren't together, where we had a little break. And we actually referenced it. We referenced this beautiful analogy. And I don't know if you discover it, the yin yang soulmates.
Mm.
So we were just talking about how close we were and the fact that even though at that time we weren't together romantically, our lives were so intertwined and we really couldn't see a time in our lives where that wouldn't be the case. And I
Mm.
think we discovered this beautiful thing called yin yang soulmates. And do you want to explain it? Because as you can see, Hugh's a lot better at explaining things than me.
I
But
feel
do you
like,
want to maybe summarize what that means and
yeah.
how it relates to
Well, I
us?
think everyone's heard of yin and yang. It's like light and dark, hot and cold, fast and slow, all the rest of it kind of
Masculine
thing,
and feminine as
masculine and
well.
feminine. But at the end of the day, it's all about like kind of balance, and it's about how two separate parts make the whole. And I feel like for me and Liz, it is very similar like that. So I have a lot of strengths. She has a lot of strengths. A lot of my weaknesses are her strengths. A lot of her weaknesses are my strengths. So like when we get together, it's almost like we mesh perfectly, like the yin and yang. And
We complement each other.
anything that drags me down, she's able to lift me up. And anything that drags her down, I have qualities about me that lift her up. If she's stressed, I can be like that kind of solid rock for her to help her unwind and de-stress. If I'm feeling low and unmotivated, she can be like that driving force that kind of revs me up and gets me going. So it's pretty much just about like having these complementary attributes and forces that come together to form a whole like united like being. And I feel like we complement each other really well with that. And it's quite interesting actually because you would think like, oh, because I'm a man, I'm the masculine, and because she's a woman, she's the feminine. But when you actually
We
look
got
at
news for you.
when you when you actually look at a lot of the tributes, like I'm kind of more the feminine, and Liz is kind of more the masculine.
But it's funny, like since we've been back together, I am finding you're helping me soften back into more of my feminine because
Mm,
being on my own and running my business before Hugh stepped in, I had to step into my masculine
mm,
hard. And whilst it's fun and it's fun to be an independent girl, and I still will continue to be one, it is really nice to have a partner, a romantic partner and a business partner that allows you to soften. And we do really complement each other. Like I love
mm,
that. I love that you're more feminine and you have this soft approach to things and
mm,
a calm that I envy. And I think it's funny that sometimes we think it's a bit ironic that
mm,
we've named the business Zen Den because I sometimes could be a bit more zen.
mm.
I'll admit it. And
We
Hugh,
all could.
we all could. We're not
And I
perfect.
think it's important to realize too, feminine I think can sometimes get quite a negative connotation in the male community, like, oh, you don't want to be feminine, that
It's
means
like
like you're
weak.
you're weak kind of thing. But
Mm,
when you really look about what a feminine attributes are, it's kind of like nurturing, calm, like accepting, like caring about other people, being a bit more peaceful, introspective, all these kind of things. And I don't know if personally, if you find those attributes weak, then I don't know, maybe you need to do a
you're
little bit of.
weak.
I wasn't going to go that aggressive with
I
it. I was,
went
I was
there.
going to say maybe you need to do a little bit of,
See, I'm too much in my
maybe
masculine.
you
I need
need
to
to do a
calm
little bit
down.
of introspective work. But yeah,
Oh,
just I think it's an important thing as a man to not repress that. Like if you do feel empathy for others and you do care about others, don't see that as a weakness. Like yeah, like if you care about people, you care about people, and I think
no,
that's
it's a
a
strength.
really big strength that you should have.
There's
And
pros and cons to both, I think. And I think that's where we so beautifully complement each other. And like, whilst we're in the early stages of this business, I can already see the strengths that you have and the strengths that I have.
mm,
We work so in unison. And even when like we've been together and obviously together again now, it's the same in our relationship. Like we pick each other up when the other's down, and it's
mm,
just this beautiful yeah,
synergy.
synergy. Yeah, thank
It's a
you.
it's a symbiosis, a relationship between two different organisms, if you want to put
So,
it scientifically.
oh,
But I think it does work so well in both relationship and business because when you are okay with a female having masculine energy and a male having feminine and all that kind of stuff, you don't have so many issues that you would normally have in a relationship. So if Liz comes to me with an idea, or if Liz like is taking control in a situation, there's no issue arrive because I don't have that little voice in me that's like, no, you're the man, you should be in charge, you should be da da da,
mm,
because I'm completely okay with her having some masculine energy and me having feminine, and sometimes me allowing her to be the one in charge, or sometimes she allows me to be the one in charge. So it's not so much I should be in charge because I'm a man. It's like whoever has the right energy and the right skills for that situation, that person should take the lead. And when they don't, then they let the other person take the lead. And we communicate really well like that. Neither of us ever feels deficient or undervalued because we both have like a really keen recognition of each other's skills and each other's energy. And when we can see that the other person can bring a bit more to the situation, we are more than happy to give that over to them. And I think that's why we have such a healthy, not only business relationship, but relationship is because we don't have those fights of like the power dynamic of like who's right, who's wrong.
mm.
It's simply a matter of right now, this person can bring more to this. So I'm going to give myself over to this person in this situation.
I just thought of a funny example of this where Hugh does he does let me be in my masculine. Before we set up for recording today, I was in here setting up and Hugh was doing some stuff like getting a coffees ready and our electrolyte mix and all the bevies. And it was so funny. He came in and I was like, oh, do you mind setting up? So we have like a very Japanese esque memorabilia
Yes.
backdrop. And I said, oh, do you mind setting that up? And he goes, I'm not going to because I'm not going to do it the way you want me to. And he walked out. And I was like, at first I was a little bit triggered by that. But then I was like, no, he's right. I won't like the way he sets it
No.
up because I'm a control freak and
No.
I have this like direction and vision in my mind.
Liz, she's just very, very particular about the way she likes
It was
things
just funny
sometimes.
because at first I was triggered, but then I was like, that's actually really sweet that he's just
No.
like, no, I think you need
Well,
to set
it
this
was
up.
more so
And
because there was other tasks that I could do that would contribute to like the final product of everything. So I know when she asked me, "Do you want to set this up?" in my head straight away, I was like, "It's not going to be done the way she likes it." So how about I go do more mundane tasks that she doesn't really
but they're
care
not
about?
mundane, they're very
No, but
important.
mundane just means they're not like creatively important. So the
Yes.
creatively important tasks I don't touch because I have peasant fingers and my peasant fingers will just tarnish
No,
whatever
I
creative image. Because look, it's beautiful. I wouldn't have put it that way. I would have just chucked it all together. It would have been a mess. So I can go do the other stuff that doesn't require that kind of stuff. Because things like that I'll be doing in the kitchen or in the bar or whatever I'm doing, those things might be stressful to Liz, but to me, I don't care at all. I love just
yeah.
being able to clock out and I can do stuff like that. Whereas Liz's strengths are more so in being like high alert, creatively having everything intrinsically the way it needs to be. And for me, I don't enjoy tasks like that. So that's where we cooperate and
We
like
compliment.
you do this, I do this, it's all good.
You do you and I'll do me.
Yeah,
It's a little inside joke. I thought we could just briefly talk about the inspiration for Zen Den. We've kind of talked about what it means in our relationship, but then I've just mentioned like the Japanese memorabilia. Obviously, if anyone knows us, even on a surface level, you would know that we have, I wouldn't say an unhealthy obsession with Japan.
no, we are Japanophiles.
We are Japanophiles. We love Japan. We worked out that Hugh has been to Japan 10 times and I have been 9 times and that's over the course of only like 4 years.
Yeah, if
Like
that,
a
man.
really
Yeah,
short amount of
it's,
time.
it
Pretty
definitely has
much
not been
like
long.
the course of our relationship or
We
just
booked our
shy.
first trip to Japan before it was even open.
Well, yeah, because we started dating during COVID, and
Yeah.
obviously you couldn't travel anywhere then. But we love Japan so much, and it has been such a source of inspiration for this business and the rebrand from
Yeah.
moving from it being my business, which was McLeish Film and Media, to now being Zen Den Studios. There's such an inspiration from Japan, and it's not just like from a visual aspect, it's like the core values and culture and the people in Japan that we just absolutely admire and adore.
I think everyone who goes there picks up on the magic of it. Like everyone who comes back, I haven't met anyone who comes back and doesn't say like, "Oh, this was so amazing," and "This was so amazing," and "I can't believe this," and like the people and everything. And there's just a magic to it that you get there and you appreciate. And yeah, no country is without its faults. There's definitely some aspects of it that would be tough if you live there and if you grew up there. But there's just some certain traits about it that, especially from like when you're talking about like business, like there is no better country when it comes to like how they run their businesses, how they do their work, how they are as employees. They're impeccable. We did a post about it. It's called Kodawari, just like the amount of like intensity and energy and I hesitate to use the word perfectionism that they put into like everything they do, especially when it comes to their job and their business and things like that.
It's a devotion to the process as well.
Devotion,
And
yeah.
that's what I really resonate with. And I have to remind myself of honestly on a daily basis because I get so caught up in like, it needs to be perfect. It needs to be my vision. It needs to come to life. But then sometimes you need to stop and you need to be like, let's enjoy this process and be grateful for this journey that I'm on. It's not just about that end destination. It's about this beautiful journey and process that we're taking. Yes, it's going to be great when the studio is set up the way we envision and we have clients and, you know, all of those things. But right now, we're at this beautiful stage where I think we'll look back and we'll feel quite emotional looking at the humble
Yeah.
beginnings that was Zen Den Studios from the start. And yeah, so the word Kodawari is something that's really ingrained in like the ethos of Zen Den Studios, and it's not just for the business, but for us in our everyday life.
Yeah, because honesty hour, like we were meant to do this podcast like a week ago, or
I think
maybe
we've attempted to do it a
even
couple
2 weeks
times.
ago, but it was just like you just like look at it and you're like, it just doesn't feel quite perfect yet. Like I want to change this little thing. I need one of this. Maybe I need one of these things to come
I'll
in.
take accountability for that
This no,
too.
it's the same thing. I
I've
want
been
this
a
to be
bit
on
of
a
a
different angle,
perfectionist.
and then also I want to make sure like I'm in the perfect headspace for it. Like I want to make sure all my thoughts are concise and clear and everything like that. And I think it's nice to care about what you do. I think that's really what I love about Japan is that they genuinely care about everything they do, even if it's something that you would see on the surface as like that's such a mundane part of your day, or that's such a mundane job, or that's such a mundane task. They still care. They still really care about everything they do. And I think caring about more things in life is just like the secret to like not only a good life, but just like a good society, a good community, a good everything. And that's really what I think we're trying to hope to bring about with this new company and Zen Den Studios is bringing that element of care and devotion into the work we do with our future clients to have them come in here and show them that this isn't just a job, this isn't just a paycheck, this isn't just like something we're doing for the heck of it. Like this is something that we genuinely care about, and we genuinely care about bringing people's visions to life.
Yeah, actually, like makes me almost tear up hearing you say that because I think it's been so go, 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 and we've been grinding. We've been in our masculine trying to
It's
set
easy
this
to
up.
lose sight of the
The dream.
true reason of why you connected to it in the first place,
Yeah.
because when you are in that do mode, it's very much like task orientated, like the checklist. I talked to Liz about the other day. That's a thing I really need to work on. I have like a checklist demon that likes to take over and
Oh, I'm
just
the same.
doesn't care about anything else. It's just the checklist. I need to do. But reconnecting with like why we got into this in the first place is just like that deep like caring about, because obviously like we love all the people in our life. We love the community we're in, the Burley community, the wider Gold Coast community, the gym community, the fitness community, all the different communities that we kind of intersect around. We have such a deep care, respect, and love of like everyone in our lives and everyone we interact with. And then when we hear from them that they have some kind of vision of like, yeah, I want to do a podcast, or yeah, I want to do some day in the life YouTube videos, or yeah, I want to do this, and this. It's like such a like,
It lights us up.
yeah, such a profound feeling of like purpose and like love, and when you could just like, I could help you with that. Like
Well, I think that's
I could help you bring that to life. Like we have
yes,
this studio, we have this
yes.
capability, we have this set of skills, we have this drive, we have this vision. Please, like we would love to be a part of helping you create that. And that's I've always been very wired that way. Like Liz is very much like she's at the forefront of things, doing things. I'm very much like that little. I like to be that little cheerleader with the little pom
I
poms,
wouldn't
like
say little cheerleader.
that big cheer. Well, I'm definitely at the base of the pyramid.
You're not at
No
the
one's
top of the
putting me at the
pyramid
top of that
unless it's a
one.
pyramid of
But
bodybuilders.
I love that feeling of being that person who's in someone's corner, who like helps that person realize their true potential, brings them up, helps them like be that person that even if they don't know at the time, they can be like, I can see that person in them and help them bring that person and help them with their wins, help them with their successes. So whenever whenever I get emotional, it's never about like, I never envision emotional about like me winning a prize or me doing anything. My emotions is being like, if someone I really care about like does
Are you getting emotional thinking about it
yeah,
now?
no, I just need to stop from it. Like
Oh.
if someone I really care about does really well, and like I was a part of that, and I can like be there and like having them know that I was like a part of that for them, that's the stuff that's always really really connected with me, obviously, because it's like not that big a deal. It's making me cry. Just 'cause
You're making me
it's
cry.
it's something I've always had deep within me. Is just like a deep longing to be, not for me to be at the forefront, but I just love that feeling of like I was a part of this person like achieving the thing that they've always wanted to achieve.
Yeah. You want me, you're gonna make me cry. No, I think that's so beautiful, and I think that is a real strength that you and I have, and I love what you said about like this isn't for making money for us. Like the money is just the byproduct of us being able to fulfill our true purpose in life, which I truly feel that what we are doing with Zen Den is exactly where we're meant to be and exactly what we're meant to be doing. I said to express to people, I've never felt so certain about something in my life, and that I'm such a big believer, and Hugh is too, and like you go with your gut feeling, and if your gut is telling you do something or don't do something, I believe it, and I follow that intuition, and I've never felt so certain of something, and I think our strength is that we do genuinely care about people, and we get so lit up, like you were saying. We get so lit up when someone comes to either of us and they're passionate about something and they're like, hey, I've got this idea. If we can see that that passion is true and it's real, we feel it. And I
Yeah,
find it hard to not get
obviously.
emotional or get clearly like we both get emotional and we get so fired up, and it's like, you're excited, I'm as
Yeah.
excited as you, if not maybe more
Well, it's
excited.
exactly what you just said. Like we talked about it the other day in terms of in life you have currencies. And while money is a kind of currency, and obviously money is an important aspect of whatever you need money to live, the currencies we really care about is like energy. Energy is the biggest currency. Energy and time and energy those are the two things that are the most important. And I feel like when you connect with somebody and you can feel what they're passionate about and you help bring that, like the energy is just like, so it doesn't matter if the only a tiny amount of money can be contributed or you're only making a little bit of money. If the energy you're feeling each day and the energy that you're getting out of what you do is having you up here, don't worry about the money, man. Like I
Yeah,
would way rather have energy up here and money down here than money up here and energy down here. Like
100%.
it's energy is everything.
I've always been of the mindset that like it might sound a bit morbid, but we don't know how much time we have on this earth, and
No.
wouldn't you rather put, it like gives me goosebumps to think about it, but wouldn't you rather pour everything into something that you're passionate about and that gives you purpose,
Mm,
and know that you've left this earth doing something that like means so much to you. Oh, I didn't expect to get emotional, but
mm.
like it's so true, and it's like, yeah, I just feel so. Oh, I didn't mean to cry. Why are we both so
It's
emotional?
allergic. I started it.
There's something in the air, but
Yeah,
I would way
we were
rather.
peeling onions in here earlier, guys. That's all it is. It's just a bit of
I
onion
would,
residue.
but this is so beautiful. Like you can see, like this is raw, like
Mm,
real emotions, and I feel so aligned with the direction of this. I don't even like to call it a business. It's a
no.
passion. Like this is, and like we said, we don't care if we make a cent off of this because,
Mm,
as you can see, we're so
yeah,
passionate
yeah. We
and.
ain't wearing no suits and ties. This ain't no business, people. This
No,
is just
we're
like,
we're very cash. We're like this is just us. This is I truly feel like Hugh and I were put on this earth to
mm,
do exactly what we're doing right now and to be helping our community. And we like to talk about the Zen Den being, we don't like to say the word clients, even though we might have mentioned that.
mm,
They're our family. So if you
yeah,
work with us, you're not, and if we choose to work with you and vice
yeah.
versa, you're our family. You're not a
Like
client.
this is our home. Like you literally have to come through our house to get here,
You have to
and
pat the
have
dog,
to pet the dog, or you
pay
have to
your
be
blessings to Bella.
harassed by the dog. Like this is literally a family environment, and like we like to say, like it's our home, but it's your space, or like it's our home and it's our space, and like if you're coming in here, we want you to feel like this is your home as well. Like if you've had a rough day, please like come in, sit on the couch with us for a bit first, talk about it, get yourself in a good headspace before we come in here and do that. This isn't a business transaction. This isn't you get here and we start the timer and we're like, you've got 1 hour from now. Da, da, da.
Yeah,
No,
no.
like as I said before, energy. Like we come in here, we vibe, we have like a great time. We sort out whatever we need to sort out, and then we sit down and we record. And yes, there is the business aspect of it, of like yes, we need to make this production and organize it all. But at the end of the day, it's like we want it to be fun for you. We want it to be fun for us. We want this to be like a collaborative experience of just like the highest energy and just I want everyone to walk away from it smiling. Like I don't want to ever feel like people are here and they're like, oh, I didn't get my money's worth or I didn't whatever. Like, and we always say when we're talking to people, like, yeah, we have a way of how we think things should be, but this is a collaborative vision. So please, anything you want to be different, and that in the studio, like we have the studio set up this way, but like you're a part of this too. So if you come in, you go, I don't like that, I don't like that. Like
We'll customize
we'll
it.
fully fix it. We'll fully change everything. Like that can go there. We can,
Yeah, we were talking to someone who might be interested in working with us, and I told him, I said, "Can you like let me know what your vision is?" And I listened to him tell me about his vision in like a little voice note, and I was getting so lit up, and I'm like, and I think the thing that we're both really good at, and I've always said this about myself too, as like a creative director, is you'll tell me your vision, I see it, I feel that passion and the energy, but not only that, like we will bring it to life. And I think that's something that is going to set us apart from other. There's lots of podcast studios out there, but I don't even consider us a podcast studio. It's so
No.
much more than that. And I think,
well, we're a multimedia company.
yeah, whatever you want to call us, but it's so much more than that. And I truly feel that the energy that we bring to everything and the passion, like telling beautiful stories through podcasts, is like the byproduct of the experience that people are going to get working with us.
That's just what I feel like the world at large is missing right now is, look, I get the appeal of the 6-second clip where you get like that little hit of dopamine, you get like a little laugh, whatever the clip's about, but we've really lost our ability to connect with each other, I find. Like, and a podcast is like the only way I think you really get to know somebody on more than a surface level, because or get to just connect with yourself and connect with others, because it just if you don't have that long format of discussion, everything just stays surface level because you're very much aware. I've only got a minute with this person. I'll just cover the basics. I've only got whatever it is. I've only got 5-second video. I'm just going to say something funny, something that's going to get clicks. But if you can sit down and have like an hour to talk to somebody, and just as a listener too, listening to a conversation where people talk to each other for an hour, you're like, wow, like I'm hearing things now that you just never hear in your everyday life. People just don't talk about these things. Yeah. People just keep everything very surface level. So to be able to get home at the end of the day and listen to something where people are having an actual genuine conversation where they talk about things that go deeper than just what happens on the surface of everyday life, I think people are really missing that in life. And I feel like it's something that I would just love to be able to bring and help people reconnect with again, that whole idea of storytelling. Like that's how humans became what they are today, is through storytelling, and it's only been in the last like 50 years that's kind of disappeared and everything's short format. So
yeah,
it would be cool to take things back to the dark ages.
I think that's why we're at the dark ages.
Go back to the medieval times, guys. We're just going to go around the campfire and tell stories.
Yeah, I think that's why we love the format of podcasts so much, is because you do have that opportunity to go deeper and have no restrictions on time and allow the conversation to flow. Like, it's funny, we even said, oh, we'll just make this a short little intro podcast, a little short intro episode, but I love that it evolves and you start talking, and there's something
Yeah.
about getting in the environment and the setting of a studio, and like we've tried to create like a nice relaxed Zen feel, and I didn't expect it either. Not gonna lie, I was pretty stressed out
Oh,
before we started
100%.
recording. I was feeling really
I
flustered. I'm
think
like,
it's
does it look okay?
it's such an
Like,
amazing point to rise, because if you are at home now, or if you're listening thinking like, yeah, I feel like I like the idea of it, but I just get so nervous, I wouldn't know what to say, like all this kind of stuff. I felt exactly the same way coming in here this morning. I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. Like, I just feel like it's going to be forced. I don't know. But once you sit here and like you actually start talking,
take some deep breaths as well at
it's
the start.
amazing what is going to actually come out of you. Like, and it's
Yeah.
super therapeutic. And it's really like you'll amaze yourself at the kind of things that you actually have to contribute, because so much of your life you're caught up in your head of just the random everyday loops. But if you can sit down and actually start talking, you're like, wow, I've actually got some stuff to say, you know?
You'll impress yourself. And I think, like you said, if you're nervous about being in this format and the setting of, oh my gosh, there's cameras on me, there's lights, like it can be a little bit intimidating. But if you can just get into the headspace of having a conversation, whether you've got a guest in your podcast or if it's like a solo episode, like I think just take some deep breaths and you'll be surprised the headspace you can get into. And I don't know what it is. I would like to think maybe it's the energy we're bringing and the vibe of the Zen Den from you. When you walk through the front door, we want you to feel calm and zen and at ease. So you put all of life's troubles away for a moment or for an hour or two, and know that when you come to the Zen Den, you can take a deep breath, you can relax, and you can get into that beautiful headspace of storytelling or interviewing maybe a guest and learning about their
Yeah.
story. Like it's just such a beautiful
Yeah, and
opportunity.
we're here too. Like we're like you could sit down and just chat with us before you start. Just chat with us for half an hour about any insecurities you have, anything. Flesh out a few ideas with us. Like get a bit more structure into what you want to talk about. Like
Yeah.
we aren't like these blank slate executives who just say come in, use your studio hour. Like we're people who, like, chances are if you're working with us, you know us and we care about you. We want to talk to you. We love talking about this stuff. We're really passionate about this stuff. So yeah, I think that's the difference. If you are thinking about starting a podcast, or even if it's something else like a YouTube channel, or just want to make some posts for your Instagram or whatever it is, like nothing's too big or too small. If you just want to hit us up, come around and discuss some ideas, like we'd love to be a part of whatever vision you have for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that was so beautiful. I feel like maybe this is a good place to wrap it up. And just so you know what's coming in the future, our plan for the Zen Den podcast is we're going to use this opportunity to share about some of our travels, because Hugh and I have done extensive traveling
We've done
over
a
the
bit.
last.
If you know us,
we've
you know we've
gotten
usually got something
around.
planned.
And so we actually want to begin to dedicate whole episodes to our trips, and we'll probably do them in chronological order.
As we've talked about before, not just the surface. We're gonna go deep.
We're going to go deep.
Not just talk about the trip, but also talk about like how it affected us, our mental state on it, our mental state around traveling, how it's gotten better over time, how traveling can affect your relationship, how it can affect your life at home, all that kind of stuff. So, man, if we both cried just in the informational
This was meant to be
podcast,
like the
this was
chill
meant to be
intro.
the information
We're
one,
both blubbering.
just about the services we provide. So if we both cried in this one, you know there's going to be some tears in the other
There's
one.
no hope. So I hope you don't mind a few tears, because we're both very emotional creatures, but I love that. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We're so excited to see where this podcast goes. We'll probably have guests eventually too. We've got our eye on a few people. So if you're watching...
Nothing creepy.
Oh, that did sound a bit creepy. Like we're inspired
If you see us looking at you, just know we're sussing you out.
Yeah, we got our eyes on you. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you on the next episode.
See ya.
Should we say sayonara?
Sayonara. Is that no?
That's goodbye, isn't it?
bye bye. That's actually a funny fact. So Japanese people actually say a lot of words similar to English words, but they just alter them slightly. And how Japanese people normally say goodbye to their friends is they say bye bye.
So maybe that's how we should finish each podcast.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.